And let's get it started, big dog, with Lamar Jackson, who was voted #1 overall in the league by players in the NFL's top 100 list. Lamar is the reigning MVP, but it still came as a surprise to some that he beat out former MVP Patrick Mahomes, who recently led the Chiefs to a Super Bowl title while winning MVP for that game as well. Mahomes didn't let finishing 4th overall slide as he tweeted out an emoji of a pencil and paper, as if to say he'll remember this. So, Acho, you surprised players voted Lamar NFL's best over Mahomes?
Absolutely, bro.
You surprised? You are surprised.
I'm surprised. Well, I'm surprised because
You're surprised.
The players, they just lost all credibility by me, Marcellus. They lost all credibility
Look
by
at you
me,
are
bro.
officially a media member now.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying they lost credibility because Lamar he's likable. He's lovable. I love Lamar. Love Lamar. Swaggy. He's being his own best version of himself. I love that. But Marcellus, bro, if you was going to redraft, right? You got all the players to choose from. Every one of them.
You love changing stuff.
You got Russ.
Redraft.
You got Lamar. You got Donald. You got Mahomes. You telling me, bro, you're not going to take Mahomes first and put him at #1?
Another question. I don't see that at the bottom right there. Who would you draft first in the redraft? But go ahead. Do you, Acho?
It's the same question, bro.
Oh, it is?
It's the same question. Okay. Because if you don't have Mahomes at #1, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. So you got to try to make it make sense.
I will make it make sense. First of all, when you draft someone, you're thinking about a body of work, projection, forecast.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yes, you are. You're not thinking about every single moment, every single season, they're going to be the best player. And let's be real. Last year, Patrick Mahomes was hurt. Does that affect if you're going to win the most valuable player?
What happened when he was healthy? What happened when he was healthy?
He won it all. But guess what? When you're talking about why the players voted my favorite player right now, Lamar Jackson, #1, it wasn't a surprise. And I want to give it to you like you may receive it. Please, you know, my therapist always talks about throwing the perfect pass in life. Don't worry, you know, my wife and my friends, he's like, you know, you just got to give them information in a way that they can't drop it. That's the perfect pass in life. All right, you ready for this perfect pass?
You talking about perfect passes like Mahomes throws, right?
Yeah. Okay. And like Lamar Jackson, who threw more touchdown passes than him last year. Remember that part? That part. Who was #2 in the pocket last year? Lamar Jackson. Okay. So I'm going to give it to you because you're an athlete. I'm not. I just could play football. It's a big difference. I am the worst basketball player ever, despite the stereotypical look. And I always get picked first when I walk up to a gym and I laugh. I'm like, oh, we about to lose because I'm on your team. But let me give it to you in basketball terms. What Patrick Mahomes can do is throw the football better than anybody, maybe that we've ever seen, right? But look at the position historically. The lesser athletic guys have been able to ball out at quarterback, correct? Like, if we're all out there playing light pole to light pole in front of the house, the receivers and the running backs are the athletes, and we're like, hey, dog, you just stay here and throw the ball, and we'll go get it, right? That's how the game is on a primal level. So when you see Patrick Mahomes go out there and dart, you're like, that is insane, amazing. I take nothing away from you. But in terms of a grading system, our primal response gives that about a 9.7. You know what gets us to a 10.0? When you get another man in a phone booth against his will and make him look stupid, and that other man is a tremendous athlete. I got a little video of some tremendous athletes just to let you know what Lamar Jackson was able to do to embarrass other players out there. We got our Browns corner, Denzel Ward. Just look how athletic this dude is.
Athletic?
I mean, athletic bingos, free safety. Jesse Bates is going to be out. Look at his footwork. Look at the footwork. Typewriters on their cleats. Like, you see all this?
Where are you going, Mark?
Oh, I'm going somewhere with
going?
this. Once this video ends, you're going to see something else.
I see no pads on, sir.
You don't see any pads. That's the beauty of this, because the fans only see the pads on. They don't always see the athlete underneath the player. Look at all this tremendous footwork. And then, let me give you a little more power. Look at that. Look at these dudes. These are the dudes that don't even.
I see it.
You see it?
I see it.
Like, Acho, this was you, because you ain't playing a lot of games, so you know. This is how you used to ball, right? Acho out there killing it, loving life. Now, Lamar Jackson was able to take guys like this, who are great athletes, and say that and do that. And do that. Lord. And when you see that, and then at the end of all of this insane greatness, look at this. Look at the fluidity. Look at how easy he's making this against the best of the best. I'm not done. Please give me a long-winded.
You should be.
Let me give you a long-winded time. You know what they do at the end of the year? They ask those same guys, who's the best player you played against? Who's the best player out there in the game? The one that made them embarrassed. The one that took them to a place where they felt like it was Pop Warner versus pros is why Lamar Jackson.
Here's the thing, Marcellus, because I know what kind of guy you are. Ladies and gentlemen, I have figured out what kind of guy Marcellus is. I have.
My wife hasn't. It's been 5 years.
Marcellus, how many points, because you're on this basketball track,
Yeah,
how many points is a slam dunk worth?
2.
Yeah, the slam dunk is worth 2. It's going to get everybody hyped. They're going to hoop. They're going to holler, oh, my God, he just got dunked on. But a three-pointer that might not get everybody to stand up is worth more than that dunk that got everybody to hoop and holler.
Yes.
And while Lamar, he going to get you up out your chair now. He going to make you hoop and holler. He going to make you whoop, whoop. He going to do that. But the thing about it is, Pat Mahomes, you going to act like he's not done, and embarrassing more people than Lamar already has? Like, think about this, bro. Pat Mahomes, best winning percentage with 28 wins and only 8 losses in NFL history when you're talking about with that minimum amount of games played. Pat Mahomes, 25 years old, Super Bowl win plus NFL MVP. So I like your take, Marcellus.
I knew you did. I came with some
but your take was very video game-esque. You showed me some highlights and said, well, those highlights should make him be the number 1 player. I need some substance, coach. I need some substance, because that slam dunk, guess what? It's only worth 2 points.
I'm sorry, but the percentages show that even if you do those slam dunks, if you do them at a 50, 60, 70%, which they shooting the field goal in the paint, guess what? That's higher than you shooting 30, 35, 40%, even though you're going to miss some. I'm not even going to play that number game. Here's the thing. Since we're going to stick to the sport, I can't play basketball. Steph Curry gets disrespected a lot, right? Because people look at him like, anybody go out there and shoot. Nobody can shoot like you, but your neighbor next door who has a nice basketball court can shoot. But can he go in the paint against the trees and embarrass them and chop that lumber? And that's what Lamar Jackson can do. Not only can he shoot, throw that damn ball, more touchdown passes than Mahomes last year.
Mahomes was hurt.
Oh, now the hurt, and then that comes into the consideration of why he's not the MVP. I'm going to tell you who Lamar Jackson really is. Because people look at his ability to shoot, to throw the ball like Steph Curry, but they don't minimize it. And then they see his dunking ability, how he can go in there and do it. He's Kevin Durant. And last time I checked, when Kevin Durant and Steph Curry were on different teams, there was an argument who was the better player. But when they got on the same team, where did that argument go? It went silent just like you just did. Let's move on to a quarterback who didn't make the top 100 list, Carson Wentz, whose salary is surpassing his production. Wentz has a $34 million cap hit in 2021 with 0 playoff wins. Not to mention, the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts this offseason in the 2nd round, who comes with a much cheaper price tag. This prompted a Philly radio station to ask if this is a make-or-break year for Wentz. So, Acho, is this a make-or-break year for Wentz?
Absolutely not, bro.
Oh, here your Philly love.
No. Ain't no Philly love. Here go my Philly logic. Here go my Philly logic, bruh. Carson Wentz is 27 years old. Carson Wentz is the only quarterback in NFL history to throw for over 4,000 yards with no 500-yard receivers. Carson Wentz was the Eagles' offense last year.
I give you that.
Like, Carson Wentz, you can't say the Eagles without saying Carson Wentz. Dude accounted for 74% of the team's offense. I don't want to hear about the fact that Carson Wentz is commanding a large cap. He should have been paid everybody's salary last year outside of Zach Ertz, because it was Wentz and Ertz putting the team on their back, bro. Think about this for a second, bro. Everybody got hurt from D-Jack to Alshon. You just go out there and it's Carson. And Carson looked left and he see Greg Ward, a former quarterback. He looked right, he see Deontay Burnett, and then he got Ertz. So it's not about, when I think about if somebody's being overpaid, are they being overpaid for their production? Carson Wentz is overproducing. It's not his fault that the Eagles got bumped in the first round of the playoffs, because what was the biggest question around Wentz, Marcellus? Can he stay healthy? What did he do last year? He stayed healthy outside of a cheap shot, coach. Outside of a cheap shot. So Carson Wentz, this ain't no make or break season. He already done enough, and he only 27. What you gonna do? Give up a tier 1.5 quarterback at 28? Come on, bro.
That's the Philly front office texting you, said seats are still good this year, even though no fans at stand. So, oh my God. Let me say this.
Say it.
First of all, I have to give my man Joe Giglio of 94 WIP Philly Radio props. Boy, did he break this thing down. And he broke it down without bias, which is rare for some local writers and local people on the air. Sometimes they lean like you do. You lean into your former team.
I ain't leaning. Okay. I'm trying to see how I'm sitting.
Well,
you see how I'm sitting.
When I hear statements that everybody got hurt, and then you leave out Carson Wentz's name, He got hurt too.
How?
Cheap shot. And I knew you were going to go there. And now you're in that rabbit hole, and I hate to do this, but let's put up Carson Wentz's injury history, which doesn't just show us he got hurt last year off a cheap shot. It actually shows his injury history where he gets hurt every single year. Let's go back. 2020, which was really 2019 season, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 8 times in college. He missed 5+ playoff games that were all started by Nick Foles. So when you want to talk about injury history around him, he is the narrator. He is the epicenter of injury. Here's where Carson Wentz is. 3 years ago, NFL top 100 list. Guess what number he was? 3. This year, where is he? Not on the list.
The list we've already proven is invalid, sir. So don't try to use this list to justify your ignorant point.
I will prop myself up on that list to say this. Beyond what you think in Mahomes and Jackson's ability, what's the greatest ability?
Availability.
What'd you say?
Availability.
Availability. Carson Wentz has proven time and time again, no matter how good or even great you have shown us, we can't rely on you. And this narrative is not even orchestrated by me. This is not a narrative where there are haters versus those who support him. This is the organization saying this, and we're just listening to them. Why did they draft Jalen Hurts in the second round, I ask you?
I don't know.
You know why?
I can't make sense of that.
A front office that is driven by analytics, that makes smart decisions, that's already won a Super Bowl in recent years, is making us another smart decision. They're like, look, we love you, Carson Wentz, but in 2021, man, you'll be worth, $34 million cap hit? Sorry, brother, and you can't play in January. You know how many quarters of January football we have seen in Carson Wentz's career? One quarter. Sorry, brother.
Here's my thing, Marcellus, because you try to point out all the injuries, but the NFL, it's not what have you done for me. It's what have you done for me lately.
We got knocked out his last game.
It was a cheap shot. Me and you, straight up, I'm not going to do nothing. But if you turn around and I cheap shot you, I would assume you might get knocked out too.
Or I might stand up again.
Potentially, but a cheap shot I'm not counting as an injury. But you said 18 he got hurt. 17 once got hurt.
Back.
How about,
ACL.
I get that.
Rib.
But what I don't get, because what you're saying is you're making it sound like Carson Wentz ain't still balling, because over the last 3 seasons, Marcellus, 6 quarterbacks have thrown for 10,000 yards plus and won 60% of their games. You want to know who's on that list?
Who is?
Carson Wentz on that list, along with Breeze, Rodgers, Wilson, Brady, Goff. So even while he's missing time, dude is still clearly balling above and beyond. So I don't care about the fact that you're telling me what happened in 17 and what happened in 18. Can we focus on 2020? You're out here living in the past.
Wait a minute. You're the same dude that always tells me when I throw up yards, you know who else threw up for yards last year? Jameis Winston and them dudes. You always clown that yardage thing, but now that's your ammo. Okay. Since you're scrolling through yardage, how many yards did he throw for in the playoffs last year or his whole career?
Bruh. See, this the thing. This is what Marcel's gonna try to do.
I'm not trying to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Name 2 of the receivers that were on the team in the playoffs.
You and me.
Robert Davis, Greg Ward, Deontay Burnett, J.J. Arceo.
Finish the game.
2 of them cats were on practice squad December 12th.
Play in you cannot be a franchise quarterback. Let's be real. Because sometimes in these shows, you know, the production takes over. We try to win an argument. Let's just be right.
Be real. I'm gonna calm down.
Oh, me too. Okay. If you're getting paid that much money, you're a franchise quarterback,
That's
right?
Facts.
Do you think it's a part of the criteria of a franchise quarterback to at least finish 1 playoff game?
I understand. I understand the point.
You hear that tightness in your jaw?
Jaw loose.
That's what the Philly organization is debating right now, so they have an insurance policy. His name is Jalen Hurts.
The only thing that I look at, because sometimes you look at analytics, and I understand. We can throw analytics away. I'm going to turn my notes over.
I'm done
I don't
with
even
it.
need my notes.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to just talk to you man to man.
There you go.
When I look at the Eagle squad and when I look at Wentz, I think there is one quarterback who could have done what Wentz did for that team last year, and his name is Russell Wilson. That is the only other quarterback in the National Football League who could have done and is shown to do more with less. So if you're, and I'm not including Pat Mahomes, including Lamar Jackson, including Deshaun Watson, including Aaron Rodgers, I think that Carson Wentz and Russell Wilson are the only 2 quarterbacks who could have taken not even lemons and made lemonade. I don't know what Wentz took. He took lemon seeds and he churned them joints and made lemonade. So Eagles fans, be careful what you wish for, radio host, because you ain't trying to lose Wentz now.
In closing, I'm going to have to maybe throw a little humility to the side just to give you my real point.
Please.
I was injury prone. So I'm not speaking out of turn when I say Carson Wentz, sorry, brother, you injury prone as well. There was a time when I was on the NFL top 100 list, not once, but twice, 44-38. I mean, it's your boy, damn it. But let me tell you why I got off that list. You got to show up when it matters most. And Carson Wentz, unfortunately, hasn't done that yet.
Download the all-new Fox Sports app now.